bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
And welcome to a special edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Steve Swat. We're coming to you from Sacramento State University at the Asian Pacific Islander American Public Affairs Association meeting. And it's a fascinating discussion with really hundreds of individuals about public policy, about voting, things like that. My guest this segment is Ditas Katague, who is the director of the Governor's Census 2010 Outreach Program in California. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Before we went on the air, you were saying that you thought 2010 was the most important census affecting California since statehood.
Absolutely. California can lose a congressional seat this time around. We've never lost. We've always had a net gain. And that's important. We can't lose our voice in Washington, D.C.
And so to keep our voice, you have to make sure that every Californian is counted.
Right, and that means all residents, regardless of immigration status, need to be counted. Not only are we afraid to lose our power, but it's dollars too. If you look at, just take a Title I Part A program, which is an education program, those dollars are distributed based upon the fact that we get all our children counted. So we don't want to lose any more dollars. If you think about where we are today in terms of our state, we can't lose our voice in Washington, and we can't lose any of our federal dollars coming back.
So if you are at home with two kids and you don't want to participate in the census and you are not counted, perhaps you are shortchanging your own kids with education funds.
You absolutely are. It's really your civic duty and your duty to your community. Your community depends on you to fill that out.
I guess I'd like to ask you a little bit about this Minnesota congresswoman who I guess she sees conspiracies everywhere, and she's got a problem with the census. She thinks it's going to be used by the federal government or whatever in some nasty way, and so she has actually asked her constituents not to participate in the U.S. Census this coming year. I mean, what do you think of that?
Well, she's really shortchanging her community by telling them that. And, you know, it's funny because we distribute all the reapportionment of congressional seats, she may be actually impacting the future of her own seat. Right. So, again, it's really, we want everyone to be counted. And particularly I work for the governor, and I want the state to be counted, and we don't want to lose a seat. But everyone should be counted because roads and schools and community centers all depend on getting counted.
So what is your outreach going to look like?
We're using what I call grass tops, and we've been going, I did a 20 sort of city convening in the last 15 weeks to get everyone at those levels ready. We're picking out the trusted messengers. The hardest to count populations respond not to me or you, but to trusted messengers in terms of, teachers, the people who give them health services. Those are the ones that can get the folks that may be kind of afraid to fill out the form.
So although it's a federal program and these are federal employees who will be handling the census and the counting, you're getting some of the word out through, as you say, grass tops, some of the influential leaders in communities.
Absolutely. Community-based organizations and foundations throughout California have really rallied to get the word out.
Some people, I assume, probably do have a concern about privacy issues.
Yes, they do. Title 13 of the code says that they cannot share, even the president cannot get access to your data. They aggregate it, and then in 72 years they will release the personal data so that you genealogically can do research. But no, absolutely, ICE, INS, any of the IRS, none of the S's can get access to your data.
How concerned are you about just missing some of, say, recent immigrants? They don't speak English, they maybe, don't live in areas where you can find them so easily?
We're hugely concerned. If you think about LA County, they have about 224 different languages, and the census only has 59 different language guides. So how are you going to get somebody who doesn't speak the language to be able to fill it out? So we're actually going to, health people who provide health services and the good community groups that are in the area that speak the language and can assist them.
All right. Well, we're out of time, but Ditas Katague, thank you very much for being here talking about California's efforts regarding the census. It is very important, and we are right on the cusp of perhaps losing one member of Congress
Steve,
because of this.
Be Californian and be counted.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Comcast Newsmakers. We'll see you next time.